webinar. We have quite a few people registered, so we're expecting quite a few people to attend. We'll just give them maybe a minute or so. Again, I wanted to thank everybody for attending, and we had quite a few people registering for this, and we're just seeing a number of people coming on, and we're just going to wait just a tad bit so we can allow everybody to get in on the webinar. We want to make sure we have as many people ready to go on this as possible, so just a tad bit more. All right, everybody, we are starting off early today, so we'll just get started. I wanted to just say hello to everybody and welcome to our third installment of our informative onboarding webinar series of 2015, in which we're going to be able to show you where you'll be able to easily provide your clients with life insurance quotes that will lead to your next sale. On behalf of Partners Advantage and the National Accounts team, I'm Kurt Armers, and I'll be your host for today's webinar. These webinars are designed to help you enhance your opportunities to sell life insurance, annuities, linked benefit business, and to streamline the process so serving your valuable clients is easier than ever before. Here at Partners Advantage and the National Accounts team, we're really trying to make this process of selling life insurance easy for you, and we'll probably be reiterating that quite a bit. Partners Advantage has developed a number of resources available so that you can easily complete quotes, illustrations for your clients, and prospects on products such as term, guaranteed universal life, final expense, and IULs, or index universal life. You can feel confident that the carriers that you have access to, that we had chosen, are among the most highly rated and competitive carriers in the industry. I want to thank everyone for attending today. We have a big group, and I'm very happy to see that. And we here at Partners Advantage are grateful for your dedication to your clients and for the partnership that we have with you. Because of all these people that are attending, we'll have to put everybody on mute, unfortunately, and we'll be fielding questions towards the end. You'll have an opportunity to type some questions in the chat box. I have Kim Leggett with me, my partner in crime for today, and she'll help with fielding questions, and we'll do our best to answer as many questions as possible. If there by chance we cannot get to all the questions because of time, like the last webinars, what we'll do is we'll actually give you guys a call on some of those questions to make sure that all the questions are answered, and that knowing how to do these quotes is going to be pretty easy for you. Okay. So to get started, I wanted to just share with you a little bit about this particular page here now. Before we get started on a quote, there are a few items that need to be taken care of in order to make sure that you're best serving your client and that you are saving yourself some time. We recommend that you do some pre-underwriting and fact-finding. For the most accurate quotes, do some pre-underwriting to assess your client's health by asking a few questions. Ask them about the height and weight, tobacco, nicotine use, health problems, medications, driving history, drug use, the type of work they do, and family history. This can save you time and your client the hassle of a surprise quote or a decline. This form that you see here on the screen is called the Underwriting Informal General Inquiry Form. We sent this out to a number of agents already. This form can help you prevent from missing an important question while doing the pre-underwriting. There have been many times where agents have asked all the right health questions, done their due diligence in that, and they forgot to ask a DMV question. Come to find out, a client happened to have a DUI maybe 2 months ago, and the case was declined. So using this form right here is going to make sure that you have all the questions asked, and after a while you'll probably be able to do that just by memory. Now, to get this form, along with some great tips and tools on all things underwriting, you can go to our underwriting tab on the home page. And we go to that underwriting tab will be right on the left-hand side. And again, you'll be able to get that form if you absolutely need that form right away. You don't know how to get to it. We can send that out to you, but it'll be under a tab that'll be underwriting, and right underneath that we'll talk about questionnaires as well. So for the more complicated health-related cases, we have an underwriting team here at Partners Advantage that will endeavor to help you place that next case. So give the sales desk a call, and we can take advantage of the underwriting expertise. Finally, you can attend an upcoming underwriting webinar on Monday, February 9th, that'll be scheduled at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you can go to our website to register for that. Now, it's been said that fact-finding separates the great financial advisors or insurance agents from everyone else. A fact-finder collects data, hard facts like liabilities and assets, and as well as some soft facts like how one feels about their current situation or what do they feel like they need to change with what they have. We'll be able to here, you can recognize, using your fact finder, the needs of your clients, and ultimately that's what you want to do as an agent. Find the needs and then find a product to fulfill those needs. Completing a fact finder will educate your clients about life insurance options while you're gathering information about their goals, preferences, and risk tolerances. If you don't have a fact finder, or you need help with fact-finding in general, again, give the sales desk a call, 888-251-5525, extension 804, and we'll be happy to provide you with a very useful fact finder and give you the guidance that you need. Now, to begin the quoting process, of course you have to go to our website. You need to go to our friendly, what I call our friendly Partners Advantage Humana Agent Portal, and type in www.partnersadvantage.com/Humana in the address bar. Then log in using the your Humana email and then the password that you've established. Okay. Now here is the portal. This I hope everybody will feel is like your workbench or your toolkit, if you will, with all the information you have available. We'll first get started talking about how you can do term and guaranteed universal life. To complete the term or guaranteed universal life quotes, you click on this Life tab right here. You take the drop down, you'll find the term and guaranteed universal life, or GUL, guaranteed universal life quote, on the drop down. And click on it, and this will get you to the quote engine. Now, not only is this quote engine easy to use, it has the ability to complete numerous quotes, such as term, guaranteed universal life, simultaneously. It has access to highly rated and very competitive carriers. So to complete a quote, you simply enter the information in the quote engine. What I wanted to do is to see if I can help you with a couple of quotes, and we'll go over some of the snags that some agents have in doing the quote. But you see at the beginning you have age and date of birth. Highly recommended that you use the date of birth, because oftentimes you'll have carriers that will do either age, the birth date. They'll take the birth date, whatever the person's age is at that time, or future age. So make sure you use the date of birth. Of course, you have your gender, state. So we'll, let me go and do, I'll put in an example here. All right. Okay. And we'll say, we'll go, oh, Colorado. Face amounts. Here we have the minimum face amount you can do here is $25,000. That's kind of a snag for some people. Sometimes they'll put in $10,000, or they'll put in something lower than $25,000. This is $25,000 and above. So make sure you put in a certain amount. So we'll do $50,000. Also know that the face amount that you put in could determine what kind of carriers you're going to get. Certain carriers have face amounts, minimum face amounts of $100,000. I mean, they could be really great carriers, but if you put a face amount of $50,000, you're just not going to get those carriers listed. You'll have everybody who has a face amount of $50,000 and above. So far, by me just putting $50,000 in, I'm actually limiting some carriers. But there are going to be many that will have that, and not even $25,000 as well. Payment options, monthly, quarterly, annual. Sometimes you'll get a price break on, well, a lot of times you get price breaks where you can do annual. But most of the time people do monthly, and that's why monthly is set as a default. Okay. We have this right here, determine need. I've talked to many agents, and it's kind of hard sometimes to find out what is the face amount that a particular client needs. This right here can help you out. It's kind of a nice little calculator. You know, you talk about, you don't have to put the name, that's not necessary. But here you can put in like the lump sum amount needed to replace income. This particular system right here takes in consideration 3% inflation. So be mindful of that. So you can put in, you know, the amount to replace income. You figure somebody's making $40,000 a year and calculate that out for a lifetime. You can put that in there. You have debts. If college is something you will hope to take care of for your children to some extent, you can put that in there. And then we have current life insurance. A lot of people forget about that. They may have life insurance with a company that they're working for, so that'll subtract some of that need. And you have also available assets. So you click on that, and you'll be able to come up with a particular need, date, let's say a death benefit face amount that you could be a surprise perhaps to many clients, and but it gives them at least an idea of what is important, and it's a good starting point. Okay. You know, I'll put in $50,000 for again, we'll have people who will do face amounts for specific needs. Maybe it's going to be for just a certain period of time, and we can do a term. So let's go to this right here. Now, often people get stuck on this guaranteed, non-guaranteed term versus simplified issue. We have it defaulted at guaranteed, non-guaranteed term. You can just leave it at that. That's going to show all the simplified issue products, which basically is a non-med product for all intents and purposes. Then we got desired length. We can do, you know, we can do numerous terms, 10-year, 20-year, and also we can do a guaranteed universal life all at the same time. Sometimes people get stuck here when they say, well, let's say this person here is 54 years old, or maybe somebody is 70 years old, they want to do a 30-year term. That's not going to work. You have to be mindful of the fact that insurance companies are typically not going to insure somebody right off the get-go. When you have, let's say somebody is, insurance goes out to 90 years old, or that's not going to work for a term. So be careful about, typically you're going to look at, let's say somebody is 60 years old, you can do a 20, and you could very well get away with a 25-year term. It's always good just to click on what you think you're going to shoot for. You'll never know what you're going to get. So here we also have the carrier and products. So all carriers and products is going to show all the carriers that are going to be within this, within the information that we're inputting. To customize carriers and products, we have that if you are interested in a specific product, or your client wants to have maybe just, let's say they want to have a Transamerica Trendsetter, and then you can customize that particular product and do that. Or if you want to get carriers that just have EAPs only, you can do that as well. Bear in mind that's going to limit the amount of choices that you have. Riders, the same thing here. We have the accidental death benefit, waiver and return of premium, and child rider. And we also have the table ratings in this area. This is something, too, that many agents don't see, and I want to make sure that everybody knows about that. We'll talk about that a little bit in a few minutes. So also know that when you click any of these riders, that is also going to limit the amount of carriers that you have available, because not all carriers have those riders. All right, so we go to health class. On health class, we have, it defaults to enter health profile. Now here you can put in a height and weight, and sometimes that can be very useful for you just to figure out what class they may get. You may have somebody who is a little overweight or considerably overweight, and that can help you find out if somebody's going to be table rated. Now, when I say table rating, I mean a standard health class. Standard health is going to be the average person in a population. Any person that has health that is below standard, let's say they have some issues, they may be insulin dependent or extremely overweight, or they have some heart issues, or whatever the case may be, then you have table ratings that come into effect. So you have table 1, 2, 3, 4, corresponding with table A, B, and C. It's the same thing. The higher the number, the more severe the issue, the more severe, the higher the table rating, the more the premiums are going to be. So if we have somebody who is table 2, we can click that right here, and we're going to get all the carriers that will provide a table 2 rating. But here, you can put in the height and weight, and you can also whether the person had smoked or not, and it will come up with the carriers for this particular height and weight. You can also get into a lot more detail with this as well. It's going to take some time. I think for the most part, when you do a fact finder or that health analysis that I showed you, you should be able to have enough information to determine what health class they're going to be. Note, too, that this Enter Health Profile is run by a system called X-Ray, and not all carriers are using this or are part of this. So by using this, you can limit a few carriers as well. Now, another way of doing this would be to go and just select the health class yourself. And if you have done a good fact finder, you may know what health class a particular person may be. Or with the help of our underwriting staff or the sales team here, we can help you determine what health class somebody might be and say, hey, we've just done some, got your information, and we feel this person's probably could be a standard plus. And you'll know after a while when you're doing this. The seasoned veterans out there will probably know this quite well. People who are just getting started in life insurance, you'll learn case by case on what can be considered standard, standard plus, or preferred. Obviously, somebody who is 60-some-odd years old is not taking any medication and is in good height, weight, doesn't have any family issues with any mothers or fathers or siblings who had health problems of severe nature, could very well be a preferred or preferred best even. Many people will go and just simply select standard non-tobacco just to be conservative and say, you know what, I'm going to say here's standard, and whatever the carrier decides, if they happen to give you a better rating, then that's a big plus. So many people just go conservative and select standard. In this case, I'm going to do that, and be mindful too. We have the tobacco over here, so if somebody is smoking, you can do standard or preferred tobacco. Here we'll do standard non-tobacco. So we selected everything that we want to do here right now, and then after that, you can go and click View All Quotes. So we'll do that, see what we come up with. Alrighty. So as you saw, I did a number of different terms. I did a 10-year term. Here we have 10-year. And I'll just scroll down. Oh, we have 20 years as well. And we have our guaranteed universal life. So we have the term insurance or temporary insurance. And here we have permanent insurance, or guaranteed universal life insurance here. Okay. So you can see we have a number of carriers. And look at a lot of these are all A+ rated carriers, extremely competitive in the marketplace. On this right here, we have a number of different columns. Of course, this is going to be the carrier. You can click on that carrier and get some information on the carrier. Click on the product, the colony term. You can find out some information on the colony term, maybe the minimum death benefit, or is it convertible or not, to what age. And also underwriting requirements. Is there going to be, the need for blood, urine? How about an EKG? You can find that out there for the most part. Not all the time, but many times they'll have that information there available. And then here on the action, you have the ability to go from here after you have a client who's said, yep, that's exactly what I want, to click on a drop ticket and get hyperlinked directly to the process of getting your electronic application taken care of. Now, you also have an option with some of them who have paper apps or an e-app. That will be like an iGo. That's also electronic application. It's basically a physical form done electronically. The drop tickets are going to be a lot quicker. Those are going to be situations where you have people who are going to, you have the carrier basically doing most of the work for you. You add information about you and your client, and then they'll take care of the rest. We've talked a little bit about that, and we'll go into that even more in our next webinar. Okay. So that's a quick, and then if you wanted to edit something, maybe you say, well, I want to do 100,000. Maybe I'm trying to get some more carriers involved. I'm looking for a particular carrier. Then you can we can just click on 100,000. Simply add that in there, and then view all quotes. And then after you do that, you have the ability to email this quote or even print them. What oftentimes I'll do is I'll do a few choices here. I'll do that, and if you highlight it, once you click on that, it gets highlighted, and you can go and compare check. You have two different carriers that. Now you have, we can show your client a 10-year and a 20-year, and then email that quote to them or print the quote. It's that easy. Again, if you want to go back to edit, click on edit, and you're there. Okay? Alrighty. So I hope I went over everything. Again, we have the riders. Oh, on the, let's say, table rating, we have somebody who maybe is not healthy. Table rate will do standard non-tobacco always. Somebody's table rated will go standard non-tobacco on the lowest. class, and then we can go table rate it at, let's say, table 3. Okay. And then here we're going to have the rating, the premiums with that table rating right there. So they'll be a little bit more expensive. Okay, we'll edit quote. When you click also one of these writers, you'll find that it'll show the amount, the base premium. So here we have a accidental death rider. So we'll have, here's the quote, and you'll have the base was $63.88, and then what the cost of that rider was, $20. Okay. Alrighty, and then we can go back. Oop, I went to email. Go back to the quote. Okay, so I hope that covered everything. Again, if you have any questions, you can always give us a telephone call. Okay. So that is the quote engine. Now, as good as the quote engine is, I mentioned it to you before. We cannot do anything lower than $25,000. You can't do final expense. And index universal life or whole life quotes cannot be done using this. But there are ways to come up with those quotes. And if you wanted to, let's say, we have many people saying, Kurt, I cannot find final expense on the quote engine. Well, we have now rate sheets that can be easily, you can easily come up with a quote using the rate sheet. So we have, you go to the Life tab again, and you'll go take the drop down, you'll see final expense, WL meaning whole life, and then IUL quotes. Click on that, and you'll see this right here. Now here you'll be able to click on the Assurity Simplified Rate Calculator or Transamerica's Final Expense Rate Guide. These quotes can do face amounts of as low as $1,000 up to $50,000, from juveniles all up to age 85. Transamerica can go all the way up to age 85, and I would say Assurity probably between the two would be the best bet for premium. They're very, very competitive in that, and but Transamerica is going to probably be a little bit more liberal in underwriting, and again goes to age 85. Okay. You can also go to their product guide and underwriting guides. We have that available too. So let me go and do a real quick calculator here. Let me see. Well, this is the, I didn't want to get to that. We'll go back. Let me see if I can go to a share with you real quickly. We'll go to the final expense and how to do go to the rate calculator for Assurity. And it's really this easy. You know, you go to put in the name if you want to, let's say age 75. This is going to be a quote for final expense. Non-tobacco face amount, let's say $7,000. Get a quote. There you go. That easy. And then with the with Transamerica, you would go to the rate sheet, and they have on theirs, it's pretty darn easy too. You just go to here. They have premium rates also in standard. So somebody who is 60 years old and wants to have $7,000 in male, that's MT, male tobacco, or male non-tobacco right here, $7,000, 60 years old, is going to be $42.56. That quote is going to be what your client is going to pay for the rest of their life. it takes care of everything, all the charges and everything else. So 4256 will take care of everything. All right. Okay. Get out of here. So also for those needing whole life quotes with cash value or dividend benefits, you can access the Assurity website by going to AssureLink. That's AssureLink.assurity.com. We can help you with accessing this website so you can do your own quotes, or you can just simply give us a call. We'd be happy to go and complete those quotes for you. Okay. Now, I showed you, let me see, right here we have also WinFlex Web instructions and WinFlex Web registration instructions. This is a software program that enables you to do index universal life. You can do universal life here too, and do illustrations on any products that you have where an illustration is necessary for universal life. Many times it is, and so you have to add that to your application. But if you want to do an index universal life, take advantage of cash value, then you have the ability to go to WinFlex Web and do an illustration with that. They have a number of carriers. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of carriers on there actually that are not part of the products that Humana can use, so you just want to be mindful of that. Know the carriers that you can use, okay? But when you go into WinFlex Web, this is essentially what it looks like. And again, for those wanting to take advantage of great cash value opportunities for your clients, it is one of the fastest growing products in the insurance industry. So I want you to just please make note of a webinar that we're going to be having on the 16th of February at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's going to be one of our onboarding webinars again on Mondays. And we'll have a presentation devoted to how to complete an illustration using WinFlex Web. So please put that on your calendar and learn how to confidently complete a UL and IUL illustration for your clients. Okay, so we briefly went over quoting and illustration resources found in the Partners Advantage Humana Agent website. Are there any questions out there, Kim?
Yes, there are, Kurt. Number one, can the quote engine be put on our desktop where we don't have to be online to give a quote?
No, we have to have internet access to utilize that quote engine. The nice thing about having, let's say in final expense, having those rate sheets, like there is a rate sheet for Assurity and for Transamerica. Those you can put on your desktop, but in terms of the quote engine, you have to have internet access and use the website.
Okay, and then we have another agent that's wondering if the quoting method is going to be available on a smartphone.
Well, yeah, we have that. It's actually, the technology is there. We're waiting for Humana to for Partners Advantage to make sure we can get that set up. So we have that in the works. That's going to probably be hopefully we're going to have that completed and ready to go for the agents out there in the field shortly. But I don't know what the start time on that is yet. We were expecting to have it pretty shortly, though.
Okay, and then another one of our agents is wondering, how do you figure out table ratings?
Good question. You know, to do a table rating, oftentimes it takes some underwriting know-how, and that's why we have the underwriting team. So I would, what I would do is I would make sure that you utilize us. Give us a telephone call. Sometimes the we get the sales text us through experience and through the many quotes that we've done, and speaking with many of the agents out there, we know a little bit about what underwriting, what's necessary, what can be done on a table rating. For example, this is just a very, very coarse example, but if somebody, let's say, was insulin dependent, we may look at a table 4 rating. Probably not too much better than that. You do have people who are diabetic who are using metformin, and everything else is fine and dandy. They've been using it for quite a while, and the doctors are showing that the A1C is fine. They could possibly get a standard, but a lot of times it's a matter of giving us a telephone call. We can go talk to our underwriters and find out what that table rating is. We have questionnaires on the website. So if you find somebody is, let's say, diabetic or had heart stents or cardiac issues, we have these questionnaires under the underwriting tab. You can click on that, get that questionnaire, and fill that out with your client, send that off to the sales desk, either Kim, me, or Zach, and then we'll be able to get an answer to you, usually the same day or the next day. The underwriters there, with all their experience, will know what table rating most likely will be.
Okay, Kurt. We have another agent that would like to know what the difference between preferred and standard tobacco rating.
Yeah, sometimes you look at somebody who's smoking, how can they be preferred health? But oftentimes, there are people who are certainly smoking and they're very healthy despite the smoking. So there you're looking at somebody, again, who, let's say somebody is smoking, maybe is taking a blood pressure medication, is just not going to be considered preferred by many. That'll be a standard. Maybe somebody who is 40 years old or 50, has been smoking and has absolutely not taking any medication, been to the doctor, clean bill of health, could very well get preferred tobacco. Good question.
Okay, and then just a side note, yes, at Partners Advantage we do provide you with marketing brochures. So if you do need help, there's something that might lead you through the illustration process with your client, we can help you obtain those materials. So just call into the sales desk, and we'll be more than happy to help you.
Great. So also, to get onto the website, again, it's going to be partnersadvantage.com/Humana. Okay. partnersadvantage.com/Humana. Very important. I just put enter to the address bar, and you'll be able to get in. Any other questions?
Nope. It looks like we do not have any more.
Okay. I want to thank you and for you and your participation. For those interested, we have an easy follow step-by-step procedures on quoting on the home page. So for those out there who have not yet registered for our website, I strongly encourage you to do so today. To get onto the website again, www.partnersadvantage.com/Humana, and create a password. Your username is going to be your email address. So get on board, and then hopefully you can get contracted with. We had a really good contracting webinar last week on how to do that. Again, so you get onto the website. The home page will have on the left-hand side, we'll have quotes and illustration. Let me see. I'll show it to you real quickly. Right here. Right on the corner here, we have procedures. So if you want to get into, have a procedure on the quotes, we have that right there. Step-by-step procedures on contracting, on doing electronic application. We also have the how-to videos. So, please take advantage of that. If you're working on a complicated case or simply need some guidance, give the sales desk a call at 888-251-5525, extension 804. We'll be more than happy to help you sell that next case. We have a vested interest in your success. So our next webinar, we're going to have, of course, every Monday we have these onboarding webinars. Today is on exception. We usually have them on Mondays. Today, of course, yesterday we had a holiday, so we'll have it on Tuesday. We have Tuesday today. But we have our onboarding webinars, Partners Advantage, and then on Wednesdays we have kind of our sales idea webinars. Tomorrow, we're going to have one on the very popular product, linked benefit product. That will, what that does is you have life insurance linked with long-term care. And long-term care is becoming such a very popular product because of the needs out there for the people who are getting older, needing some long-term care. Medicare is not going to take care of it. That's going to be a big part, I think, in your business because you have, an older population in your clientele. So that's going to be tomorrow. We also have a very important webinar on Thursday with a carrier spotlight. We're going to be doing this on a regular basis, perhaps once a month. And this month we're going to have Transamerica, and they're going to be spotlighting their products, and specifically one called the Trendsetter LB, or Living Benefits. And that is a very popular product that also has the ability to not only have a death benefit, but to take advantage of the long-term care chronic illness rider there. You can advance a portion of the death benefit for purpose of long-term care. That'll be Thursday, and hopefully you can get some an email invite on that. And if you have any questions on how to get registered, please give me, Kurt, Kim, Zach a telephone call at 888-251-5525, extension 804. We'll be happy to help you. We've had this great partnership with you guys. We really appreciate this, and we appreciate the hard work you're doing. So we look forward to having you attend many of these webinars. We know the more that you learn, the more you earn. So until next time, happy selling. Take care. Bye-bye.